Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and I do readings for the Pisces Collective. Thank you so much for being here and being part of this channel. I offer memberships and also Patreon page, which are, depending on your preference, are the same thing. I offer more content now than before there. Used to be just donating, but now I'm actually putting videos that are only available there. So if that interests you, please make sure to subscribe. There's going to be how to communicate with your guardian angels or your angels and your guides. There's all kinds of content that's going to be appearing there. How to, make the room of your mind more interesting and a better place to be. These are teachings that I've gotten and I'm integrating to pass on to you from outside sources and my guides who have led me to finding these things. So I just want to share everything with you and help you out on your personal journey. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading. I'm going to get on with it. We had the card Peace come out, but I'm pulling from, this is called Pure Magic Oracle. I'm pulling a card. There we go. Oh, 2 cards came out. So, Ocean's Muse and Hollowed Earth. And you have Water's Wisdom, Intuition, Hermit's Light, Discovery, and Veneration, Sensuality, Gentleness, and Nakedness. And they're both water energy, I do believe. This deck goes from all the elements, and these are both water elements. So I feel a very peaceful type of energy coming in for you at this time, Pisces. It's like really going into, the deep layers of who you are is how that's coming true. And that's why I think you feel more peaceful now than ever within yourself. I'm not saying the world's still not going to hell in a handbasket. It always will. Okay, so newsflash, it's always going to be, there's always going to be something out there to try to cause fear, anger, resentment, etc. But you have to try and just to fix what you can, help who you can. And if you're always standing, what I'm hearing from them is if you're always standing in the middle of a problem, saying that it's a problem, you're not actually doing anything, right? If you're saying, well, ignoring it is not helping it, and it's not exactly ignoring it, it's doing what you can with what you have right at the moment, okay? Because standing in the middle of a crowd, staring at an accident, doesn't help anybody. It just contributes to the mob and the chaotic mentality that they want us to just, it's, in a lot of ways, it's like getting distracted by the bad and never looking at what else is going on or what else is happening. So please take time to take a look at what else is happening, what you can do, how you can improve things, and that raises the collective energy for people to, yeah, they're telling me something while I'm talking. I'm going to impart something that was very personal in my area. We had a 4-way stop. It wasn't a 4-way stop. It was a 2-way stop that they had a right-of-way, but the 2 side streets had stops. But it wasn't well marked, it wasn't well seen, and there was a lot of accidents that happened. Now, every time some accident happened, the townspeople would just go, "Isn't that terrible? There was an accident." And it was 1, 2, 3, 4 accidents. But it took the fifth accident where people kept saying, isn't that terrible? That corner's terrible, isn't it? They should do something about that. They should do something about that. They should do something about that. And the fifth time, a young man was killed. He was coming home, and somebody broadsided him, and he got thrown out of his car. And we have a permanent memorial to him on that corner now, and it's been many, many years. But after his death, and after multiple accidents on that corner, after his death, because he was so young and it was so tragic, they finally put a light above it to slow people down so that people wouldn't miss that corner in the dark, because it always usually happened in the dark where people aren't paying attention or they can't see the stop sign, and they would just, just pass it without thinking that there was an actual stop. So now it had a flashing red and yellow light above it. But it took 5 accidents and 1 death. And if people saying that's such a bad corner, they should do something about it, but nobody actually doing anything. So this is saying this in the world today, that you can stand in tragedy and say, isn't that terrible? They should do something. Or you should do something where you can, but the rest of the time realize to be grateful and peaceful for the life that you have. Know that you contribute what you can when you can, and the rest of the time find peace in your life. Don't just stand and gossip or think of how things are awful around you. You either do something about it, or you contribute to the peace and harmony in your own life, okay? And the peace and harmony in other people's lives. Okay, harping and thinking of stuff around you or other people's life. This could be people that you're connected to that just keep bringing you all of their garbage, and you're participating in a way of going, yeah, isn't that awful? Instead of just, parting the waters in your own life and going, yeah, this is your stuff. If you want help, I'm here to help. But if you're here to complain, I'm not going to contribute to that part. Okay, it's okay to raise that kind of barrier. Now, I know this doesn't apply to every situation. I do get that. But in some, they do. So just keep that in mind. All right. So let's see what these beautiful hollowed heart and ocean's muse. I love that. Hollowed heart is openness, beauty. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it is definitely all water here. Okay. Can you say you work with courage when you are deep within the depths of darkness? Can you say you are worthy of devotion if you hesitate at the sight of your naked body in the mirror? Can you say you are powerful in your sensuality when you lay yourself down to sleep at night? A wise person knows her worth from within as she basks naked under the moonlight glow. Her story is written in poems as lines along her curves, and she surrenders to the waters of life and love. Maybe you relate to this woman, or perhaps you feel you don't. But every being, both male and female in the world, has a feminine essence, and it is this very femininity that empowers the touch of creative intuition. Without gentle sensuality, all magic of love and affection become impotent, of divinity and grace. Blessed is the being who cracks the heart open to release the ocean of love that wells within. When combined with the energy of fire, you are ignited in the sacred force of womankind, unable to be drowned out. When combined with earth, you become the voice of the brown mother, with her children of trees, flowers, and plants, unable to be cut down. When combined with air, you shift into divine song created by the goddess, unable to be silenced or suffocated any longer. There is power in vulnerability and wisdom in self-care. It's time to reclaim energy you have spent over the days and years, and to restore your inner powers to youthful form. Your capacity to love the world is greater than even you thought possible. To feel the lion's roar within as he commands you to crack your heart open, and let this moment seep into your bones, as you remember your magical worth in spirit and skin, and so does the heart become holy. All right, and we have 34, which is The magic of water cannot be fully understood until you witness the vast beauty of the sea yourself. The grand blue line along the horizon tells us there is life further away than we can imagine, and the shades of blue softly remind us of the depths of life and all it entails. From water animals, sea creatures, and ocean spirits, its depths remain a mystery still. When marine scientists and divers touched the first depths of the black abyss, they found deep-sea creatures with frightening forms, enough to scare the toughest of them. But it also showed us that almost every creature there had the gift of bioluminescence, the ability to illuminate their way with the glowing light of their own bodies. It is hard to believe these often hideous creatures were formed with an atomic intelligence, and thus it allows us to consider a notion for all of us living on land. Perhaps not everything has to look beautiful to have a purpose. Do not be afraid to go beyond the depths to uncharted territory. There is knowledge waiting for you to attain once you make the leap and swim deeper. Let go of control. You do not need a map. Remember the illuminated intuition within you and chart your own course. Even the greatest discoverers of time were once called fools. It is time to take your magical practice deeper and uncloak the layers buried far inside. There is more to any situation than what you see. But remember, you are not alone on your journey. There are other seekers searching for their own meaning as well. Be cautious but bold. Your story is still unfolding. So these are very beautiful cards. Go with the flow. Vulnerability of the heart. Peace of mind. Keep going, my beautiful Pisces, and follow through. All right, so we're going to pull some beautiful cards here. Yeah, so with the month of December coming and the readings that I did then, just keep in mind that keeping your peace of mind is going to be important. Commiserating with people is going to come up because there's generally always those people who stand around and complain about everything. Okay, so really foster and take care of that beautiful feeling of peace for it to keep you in connection with divine. Okay. The Seven of Wands, right? Okay, so it's the card of defense that's coming in here. It says the word defense. You might have to stand your ground here, Pisces, in the upcoming weeks and maybe month, I feel, in the way that the energy is coming in. That's why they had me talk about that first story, even though the peace card came in. It's very important for you to protect your sense of peace. You see, if you're a problem solver, if you're somebody who's part of the solution rather than the problem, you find a lot more peace in who you are. You might have to defend that way of being right now. And that's okay. They're saying as their tip is to walk away from the stuff that will cause you undue, like negative energies, you know, when they, and you'll learn to spot it. If you're going to hone in on something right now, learn to spot it when it starts coming out. You'll feel it and you'll hear it. Okay? It comes out as gossip. It comes out of, did you hear? Now, I'm not saying it's bad to get information. What I'm saying, it's bad to stay there in that energy. You know, did you hear about what happened to so-and-so? Yes, the information is passed on and then you move on. Some people don't like, oh, isn't that terrible? And then they keep going, okay? So, if you're not having that conversation to help solve a potential problem, like I said, the corner with no light, having it put in place, going to the powers that be, writing letters, saying, look, we need, having petitions, whatever, okay? That is action that creates positive forward momentum, and ultimately, in my story, will save lives. But just standing around and talking about somebody's misfortunes, it's just, blah. You got to get away from that, okay? You got to defend yourself from that type of energy. Absolutely. Unfortunately, as humans, a lot of people like to do that. Drama will attract a lot more. I mean, look at YouTube and thumbnails about tragedies. There's a lot more click-throughs than when people say everything is fantastic, okay? So just remember that. Seven of Swords. Yeah, betrayal. Okay, so Seven of Swords for me is not just betrayal. It's a card of protecting yourself from that negative energy, okay? And it's ducking I always wrote, it's ducking the swords to stay safe. In other words, it's protecting your energy. Both these cards are coming together. Protect yourself from those negative energies. Protect yourself from the deception, okay? That these conversations are conversations, because a lot of people will say to you, oh, well, these things need to be talked about. Yes, but you don't need to stay in that energy, okay? You don't need to stay in that energy. Okay, because some people, the deception is this, is some people are saying, well, you just want to hear about the good stuff, okay? In other words, telling you, you're putting your head in the sand. It's not exactly what is happening here, okay? All right, let me see here. Let's keep going, beautiful Pisces. Let's see here. The King of Cups, right, understanding. The King of Cups as well is being calm through the storm. Some people hype up. I'm getting a lot of like news stories and drama, okay, in this. And it's kind of weird because it's the Peace card, but I guess it makes sense. You have to foster and really work on your personal sense of peace and balance. That's the big message here. Make sure to really work on that. It's going to serve you well in the upcoming month, because I did the reading for December and I feel that you get thrown into the speed of things in other people's energies, and a lot of this can drag you under. I feel like you're getting caught in the undertow of it. And it's not because you want to, it's almost like I feel a force, a habit. You know, you live with these people, or you communicate with these people, and then they start and they go in there. And instead of having a comfortable, peaceful silence, or talking about things that bring joy and actually help you, they'd rather have conversations about other people's misfortunes. And because it's been done forever, I mean, this kind of stuff has been done forever, from celebrities who die, from world events that are awful. There's a lot of the time people who just, you know, that's all they do, okay? I have to tell you, even for the longest time, when my mother-in-law would call, it's just to tell us who died. And I thought, wow, you really need to find something else to call us about. I thought, what's the fascination here? But it's just not, you know, it's like, oh, that person physically died. And after a while, just tell them, yeah, that's a perception. That's one way of looking at it. And as somebody who does what I do, sometimes I get strange looks when I say that. But that's the way I feel about it. But you understand, right? You really got to protect your sense of peace. It's almost like you got to dive in deeper and really open yourself up to it. Get that calm. I feel like these are connected very much so. See, there's a rainbow behind them, okay? And like I said, it's not because there's no problems in the world. But if you can do something about it, do. If you can give a positive response, you know, on happiness and possibilities. There's the Ten of Swords. See, it didn't come out though. We got some hard cards this week. Look at that. Eight of Cups. Doorways. Right. Eight of Cups is also leaving that crap behind. So this is a theme of like self-protection, as I feel. Defending your happiness, your peaceful energy, and then, you know, protecting yourself from it. Keeping your calm in the crap, and then walking away. Absolutely. I'm feeling this very, very... Yeah, Five of Wands. See, these cards just keep coming out. Battles. Nine of Wands, determination. Yeah. So, it's all the same. It's all the same, okay? The two, difficulties. So these are... Spirit is saying protection. If I was to name this reading right now, it's protecting your peace. It's protecting your peace right now. You really need to go within yourself and protect your peace. Maybe it's just while the next couple of months are coming through, because they really want you to keep going and doing what you are trying to fulfill here. Okay? In the peace card, I'll read you what I'm seeing. Now is a time for calmness and well-being in spite of conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in music of your life, all that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful music. So for whatever reason, the spiritual guidance message for today is to protect and uphold your peace. Like really, really protect it. So take it at heart, and when crap starts flying at you or people start coming in with all their stuff, please, please, please make sure that you are protecting your peace of mind, your peace of heart. Keep yourself aligned. It's going to serve you very, very well. I'm going to come back later because we're going to look at the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of personal balance for me. It's a give and take, and they're going to offer more insight on this. I hope that I can catch you then. And until then, I'm leaving you with a lot of love, light, and blessings, my beautiful Pisces. Take good care.